Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Salty Ginger Talk. If you're a returning listener, it's great to have you back. If you're new to the channel, really glad you joined us. Hope you like what you hear. So in today's episode, we're going to talk to you about a small, many times invisible, but really kind of insidious issue that will drain your willpower, that will make you unhappy, that will cause a lot of stress in your life. And that thing is decision fatigue. So decision fatigue is the cumulative effect of all the little decisions that you have to make every day and how they impact your life without you even knowing it. This is what to have for breakfast, what to wear for the day, what route to take to work, all of the little choices that you make day in and day out. Those kind of grind on you over time. It's like the water dropped on a rock eventually will cut the rock in half. And those little decisions have that same type of impact on your life. So we're going to talk today about why that is, give you some examples of those types of situations and what you can do about it. We're going to give you action steps to kind of help eliminate a lot of the little decisions that you have to make so that you can free your mind up to focus on the big things that have a big impact on your life and can help move it forward. So with that, let's just jump into it. So decision fatigue, what are we talking about here? Like, let's just use an example. In the morning, we're all gung-ho. We've got discipline, we've got energy, we've got mental sharpness. And by night, we're lazy. We don't want to go to the gym. We'll eat junk food instead of the fruit like we said we were going to, or the salad and salmon we were going to have for dessert. Or for dinner, we don't have mental discipline. A lot of that is from decision fatigue every day. It's not a lack of willpower. It's not a lack of desire. It's not a lack of motivation. It's a lack of planning and structure. And that's the biggest thing we can learn to help us eliminate a lot of this decision fatigue. So today we're talking about that, the silent performance killer, decision fatigue, and how you can take control back in your life by setting a lot of these things up to kind of happen automatically. So let's jump into it from there. Point number one here, willpower is finite. It's like a muscle. It's like a depletable resource. You only have so much of it, and then it's gone. And if you use all your willpower on the small stuff, on all your small decisions, you're not going to have it left when you need to make the big decisions. So some scientific evidence on this. Baumeister had ego depletion research that shows self-control draws from limited cognitive resource, meaning you only have so much willpower. Study after study after study shows it's not willpower that sets apart the people that are disciplined and the people that stick to habits and routines and patterns. It's structure, it's planning, it's training. So an example of this is we have strong willpower to eat whatever we want to eat in the morning, but by nighttime, the pizza or the ice cream or the chips or the cookies or the fast food or whatever it is that is our particular weakness becomes much harder to resist, and we find ourselves indulging in that because we've drained our willpower throughout the day on other things. So the action step here is to make those choices early in the day. You're going to decide Sunday what you're going to have to eat all week. You're going to set it up. You're going to prep those meals. You're going to put them in the fridge so you don't have to think about it. Oh, it's Tuesday. For Tuesday, I'm having salmon and salad for dinner. Oh, it's Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'm having X, whatever X is for dinner that you decided was for dinner that night. The decision's already been made. You just have to follow the plan you set up for yourself. So remember, willpower is finite. We can't rely on willpower to take us to good spots. We have to set up plans and processes and systems to enable us to make good decisions, because we make that decision once and we don't have to make it again. Point number two, tiny choices drain big power. Think about when we talked earlier about the water dropping on a rock. Eventually we'll cut the rock in half. Choice overload research shows more daily micro decisions reduce decision quality later. There's actually been studies on this that if you, like let's just say you wind up in jail and you have to go in front of a parole board, you want to go to the parole board in the morning, because parole boards have been shown to grant parole a lot more in morning appointments than they do in afternoon appointments. The reason? Decision fatigue. You've been hearing these cases all day. You've been making decisions all day. By the end, you're like, I don't want to screw this one up. I don't want to think too hard about it. No parole. We'll deal with this guy later. Right? So that's not where you want to be. It happens to everybody. It's a human condition. A good example of this in the real world is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs is famous for wearing a black turtleneck and jeans. He didn't do that because he thought it looked cool. I don't know. Maybe that's why he initially made the choice. But he did it because he didn't want to have to decide what to wear. So he said, I'm just going to get 10 of these and 10 of these. I'm going to wear the same thing over and over and over again. He wanted his mental strength and his willpower and his focus to be reserved for things that had a big impact on his company and his life. That's not what you wear. And so he made that choice. So the action step you can take here is to standardize things. Standardize your meals like we talked about. I'm going to do this every week. I'm going to prep it on Sunday, and I know it's 1,800 calories, and I know it's good for me, and I know it's getting me the right macronutrients that I want. I don't have to make decisions anymore because I just follow the plan, follow the system that I've set up for myself. Same thing on clothes. Say, this is my Monday outfit. This is my Tuesday outfit. Rotate it every 2 weeks. If you're a fashionista and it offends you to wear the same thing over and over again. Same thing with routines. I go to the gym every day at 12. I go to my yoga class every night at 6 o'clock. I wake up and go for my walk every morning at 6 a.m. Doesn't matter what it is. That is the system. That's what you do. It becomes a routine. You don't even think about it. You just do it. So you're not making a decision. You're not counting on willpower. It becomes your routine. That's the way we beat decision fatigue, okay? Point 3, default options control behavior. This is what we've been talking about up to this point. Behavioral economics shows that people follow default choices most of the time. You go to the same restaurants over and over again. You go to the same grocery store over and over again. You do the same thing at night over and over again. You do the same thing on weekends over and over again. That holds true anywhere in your life. And if you want to replace the things you don't want in your life with things you do want in your life, you have to make that conscious choice and do it. For example, if junk food is visible in front of you, if you see a box of cookies, you're more likely to have a cookie. If you see a gallon of ice cream, you're more likely to have ice cream. You see a bag of chips, you're more apt to have chips. Get them out of your house, replace them with a bowl of fruit. Now when you look, you see, oh, an apple, I'll eat an apple. That's a much better choice long-term than chips or cookies or any of the other things that we just talked about. So set yourself up so that your choices are by default good for you. Set your environment up and set your systems and your planning up so you default to good choices because you're going to get into a habit, and that habit, you want it to be good for you, not detrimental to you. Okay? Point number 4, planning once beats deciding daily. If you decide all at once what you're going to eat for the week, you've now removed over a 5-day period 15 decisions. All at once, you made one decision and took 15 decisions off of your plate. Implementation intention research shows that pre-commitment, I decide before I go what's going to happen. When you pre-commit, it triples your follow-through rates. Simply saying, I go to the gym every day at 6 a.m., or I have this for lunch every day, or whatever the habit or system that you want to develop is, predetermining it triples your chance of following through on it. Pre-scheduled workouts happen. When you say, I'll go whenever I feel like it, guess what? You're not going to feel like it. You're not going to go. If it's on your calendar and you've committed to it, you'll go. So the trick here is to do a weekly planning session. It takes 15 minutes, maybe a half hour. Do it every Sunday evening. I'm planning out the week. This is what's going to happen this week. Now I'm ready to go. Do it Sunday morning. Give yourself time to prepare if you need to do prep work on Sundays. Like, this is in your power. Planning once beats deciding everything at the moment. It's going to get rid of that decision fatigue. Point 5, fewer decisions is actually going to lead you to more freedom. I know that sounds crazy, but you can get freedom. You can obtain freedom through discipline. I know that sounds weird, but minimalist lifestyle research links simplification to reduce stress, reduced anxiety, and higher life satisfaction. By living minimally, you increase all of those things, which is a good thing. Owning less things, scheduling less appointments and commitments, worrying less because you don't have all these things floating around out there. You've simplified everything. And you have a lot less to think about or worry about. It's a great place to be. So the action step here is to start looking around at your life and say, what can I eliminate? What have I fallen into a habit of doing that doesn't add value or make me better? I want to get rid of it. I want to stop doing it. I'm going to replace it with something productive. Meditation, a walk, exercise, a hobby, something that you get energy from and that brings value to your life. Let's eliminate the decisions around things we don't like or things that don't help us and change it to things that we do like and do help us. What can I remove this week? Ask yourself that question. So let's keep all that stuff in mind because that decision fatigue is real. It's one of the things that holds us back from committing to and following through on the things that we want to do. Remember, your life is shaped by the quality of your decisions, and it's the little decisions you make every day that have a big impact on your life. So you want to protect your decision-making power because it's going to help you protect your future and get to the future that you want. Okay, that's the episode for today, guys. James puts it up over here every day. Head over to our website, saltygingertalk.com. All of our podcast episodes are available there. Links to our social media accounts are available there. We publish a newsletter you can subscribe to. We publish that every weekday. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you consume it on. We do great interviews with people who share great advice and tips on how you can build a life of meaning and purpose for yourself. We do episodes like this that give you action items that you can incorporate right now to start improving your life and build it the way you want. All good stuff. You don't want to miss any of it. Make sure you catch our next episode. We'll see you there.